presence of annihilation, it's not wise to face me. My horde of skeletons will destroy everything you have. You have many slaves, characters, but not warriors. It won't be long until they feel our choppers. Join me. I will make you warlord of whole Giran. I will make you reach beyond measures. Carry my battle standard, and together we will conquer everything. You are a generous man, but idea of kneeling is hard for me. There will be no glory. I will erase even the memory of your IronJawz. Every piece of your existence will perish. Honoring the name of IronJawz will be punishable by death. The world will never know that you existed at all. The world will know that few orcs stood against the tyrant. That you stood against many, and before this battle is over, that even the mortar of Necropolis can believe. IronJawz, ready your breakfast and eat hearty, for tonight we dine in Shaish.
Hello everyone, I'm Yury,
Levan.
and welcome to the Bulldog Hammers.
Yury, I'm bringing IronJawz again today.
Again?
Yes, I know that we were planning to bring new army, ogre mode tribes, and to spice our list a little bit, but I could not sleep. I still believe I can deal with Bonereapers.
Yes.
And today I built anti-bone list.
Anti-bone list.
Anti-bone.
Interesting. Actually, as a matter of fact, I was really surprised when you sent me the note asking me to bring the Ossiarch Bonereapers again, because based on our last battle report and previous, discussions that we had, you mentioned that the orcs are not matched for the Ossiarch Bonereapers.
Yes.
What's going to change this time?
You need to know one thing about orcs. They don't learn lessons. So,
well said.
Final rematch. If I lose today, for at least a couple of months before new General's Handbook comes out, I won't play against Bonereapers for sure. And next game we will bring more tribes.
Interesting. I see that you bring the Mo Crusher. Do you think it's going to be a game changer?
I think yes. I give him Ethereal Amulet, as we discussed last time. -2 rend is a killer. So he has -2 rend for some of his attacks, and for Mortar Guards with the rollable with -2 rend, it will be what, 5+?
5+.
I will have more chances to deal some damage. I still don't think I can play long game against your army. So whole my list is based on come at you, smash you in a couple of turns if it's possible.
I don't think I agree. I don't think it's going to be a 5-turn game.
No chance, because you can play long game with ballistas just shooting my guys. I have five model units, so couple of shots of ballista and I don't have any. Also, I'm bringing Soul Breach to get to you first turn, and if you don't give me first turn, then I'll get double turn with my hero phase attacks when you don't have rerollable saves. That will hurt a lot.
I'm curious to see if your tactics going to work out this time. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah. Also, again, all our social media is running: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Links below. So don't forget to subscribe. Lots of useful information.
Yeah.
And
okay.
let's go.
Today we're playing Duality of Death from 2019 General's Handbook. This battle is fought to control 2 objectives. A player controls an objective if a hero or the battle line unit from their armies within 3 of the objective at the end of any type of move apart from the retreat. Each player scores victory points at the end of each of their turns for each objective they control. A number of victory points is equal to the number of consecutive turns the player has controlled the objective. 1 on the turn they gain control, 2 at the end of the second battle round, and so on.
Orruk Warclans, allegiance is IronJawz, and my clan is the Chopas, which will allow me to reroll charge rolls. Also, as a command ability, I can choose my War Chanter and give 3 different brutes of Violent Fury +1 damage instead of 1 unit.
Also, as an artifact, I will give my War Chanter +2 to Bravery 18 bubble, which is very important because I need to use my command points for different stuff rather than surviving Bravery. As my battle line, I'm bringing one unit of 3 Gore Gruntas, a pretty beefy unit and pretty mobile, 9-inch move, and also on charges they have +1 to hit and +1 to wound. Core of my army, 5 units of brutes. I love brutes, insane amount of damage, plus violent fury, an artifact that gives me +1, +2 to bravery should really help. As my leader choice, I'm bringing Cave Shaman, great hero. On 4 pluses gives me command point, and also I'm planning to cast Soul Breach and Chromatic Cox. Next, I'm bringing 2 War Chanters who know Violent Fury, gives my unit +1 damage. And my final hero is Maw Crusher, a very strong unit, mean machine, can get to the opponent first turn. Also has damage on impact and has 1 shooting attack. Today Yury is bringing Petrifex Elite, +1 to save rolls. Also as a command ability, he can improve the unit's rank characteristics. Also command trait and artifact of power are ignored because Yury is bringing Catacross as his general. 2 units of 20 Mortar Guards with a Petrifex Elite 3+ save and potentially rerollable. 1 unit of Cavalous Death Riders, pretty mobile unit with 12-inch move, really nice shock cavalry. Next choice is Gothizer Harvester, a really nasty thing. His main ability on 4+, he can return back slain model. Also, Yury is bringing 2 Mortar Crawlers, artillery unit with 5 flat damage, and also potentially he can kill separate heroes. As a hero choice, Yury is bringing Lish Cavalous, support unit on a mount, and as an ability can give +1 attack to its chosen unit. Catacross will be the general of this army, pretty supportive tanky unit which can give buffs to his armies and debuff opponent's army.
So I decided to take a first turn. What I did with my Cave Shaman, I received on 4+ command point. Also, you restole 1 command point, so I started my turn with 3 command points. First, a command point I used to move my Maw Crusher up here in front of Yury's unit to charge. Also, a second command point I used to give 3 of my units +1 damage from Choppa's clan, so these units have +1 damage. Also, I casted Soul Breach. Sorry for our models, we don't have it, and I casted Chromatic Clock, so we have +2 to movement. That's how I'm planning to charge Yury's army first turn. Also, I can reroll charge rolls because of the Choppa's clan. And that's it. Let's see how the charges go. I charged on the left with my Maw Crusher and killed 1 unit from impact hit. Also, worth mentioning that my Gore Grunters holding objective here, my units of brutes holding objective here, and I charge with my unit of 10 brutes on the right, and with my impact kill, I did kill 2, but Yury retrieved them with a harvester, and here I did 1 damage, and he didn't manage to retrieve his Mortar Guard. So let's start. I think I'm pretty safe with my Maw Crusher here, with his Ethereal and 3+, so I'll start my attacks here. I really do hope to do as much damage as possible with my unit of 10 brutes here. So they will attack. I have 7 models with 2 Choppas, so it comes to 28 attacks. I have 2 Gorhakas with range 2, 6 attacks total, and my boss with a claw has 4 attacks. So this is a Gorhaka and a claw, and greens will be 2 Choppas, hitting on 3s and hitting on 4s. So this is my hit rolls. So incredibly poor roll. I even expected in the worst dream like that. It was hitting on 4, so only 1/4 out of 10 rolls. It's a 3 damage attack. So let's see. 10 and 1.
So I used the shield wall, relentless discipline point, so I get to reroll all the save rolls. So with -1 rend, it's 4 plus rerollable. No,
3 damage.
3 damage, and then -1 rend, 4 plus rerollable. So
No.
1 more. So total 5 damage went through. Now I'm gonna roll for Deathless Warriors on 6 plus. Nothing. And then from the Harvester 4 plus. So four guys at that. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Your activation?
So I activated this unit next. I gave them the bludgeon and additional rend. And I also gave them +1 attack and less duty from my Leash Cavalos. So there are 14 morals here. 2 gonna attack this unit of 5, and 12 gonna attack this unit of 5. So 7 attacks here because the leader attacks as well. So 3s and 4s, 6s split because of the Nadirite weapon. So I've got 1 6 and 4s. So 3 minus 2.
So 6 is safe. 2 went through?
Yeah.
1 is down to 1 wound.
Okay. And then all these guys gonna attack next. Unit of so it's 12 mortals, 3 attacks each, so 36 attacks, and 3s and 4s. So 22 hits. Now wounding on 4s. 13, 14 minus 2 rend.
Save me. And I got couple. 3. So 14 went through, right? Or
11, yeah.
So 11 total damage.
Yeah.
So 3 guys die. So my activation now, and I'm going with my Maw Crusher hitting Mortar Guard. And I'll have one more activation with my Brutes after. 8 attacks with my Boss, Gore, Haka, and Choppa with my Maw Crusher. And second attack is Mighty Fist and Tails, again 8 attacks. So let's start with the Boss, Gore, Haka, and Choppa, hitting on 3s. Great roll. And wounding on 3s again. Not bad at all. I hope Yury fails his save with -1 rend.
So 4s rerollable. Rerollable. So 2.
Just 2, and it's 3 damage each.
So 6, right, in total?
6 total damage.
6 is deathless. So 3 guys are dead.
Now Maw Crusher with his Mighty Fist and Tail, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s again. 3 attacks -2 rend.
So 5s rerollable. Rerollable. So 1.
4 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4. 6s. 4 more guys. 1, 2.
Here, I need to make sure that this guy is out of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do like that. So one guy will be out, and Haka has 2 range, so he's in. Are green dice, and they hitting on 3s, and white dice are Boss, Claw, and Big Haka. They are hitting on 4s. Come on. Okay, so 3 from both Claw and Haka, and so 8, and now wounding on 3. 2 -1 rend and 5 -1 rend with different damage.
Okay, 4 plus rollable.
Come on. Yes.
Okay, and 4 plus rollable.
And 4 damage there, so 7 total damage.
So 7 total damage for 6s. So 1 is saved, and for that,
4 plus.
so on 4 plus for the harvester. So I get 3.
And so it concludes my turn. Did do good here with my 10 units of 10, but again I survived. So you didn't do good either. Here with Maw Crusher, I wanted at least 1 hit with 4 damage, but it didn't work. But I still managed to kill 6 guys. So let's see. I hope controlling these 2 objectives, I'll be able to be there for at least a couple of turns. And if I'm lucky, Yury won't be able to catch me. So Yury's turn now.
Okay. Okay, it's worth noting that Levan for his turn took 2 points because he was holding 2 objectives. And he also passed the battle shock here because he lost 3 brutes. So for my hero phase, it was pretty straightforward because I don't have any casters. Everything that I use comes from the Catacross. So I gave Maw Crusher -1 to hit with Catacross. -1 to hit from the Bone Tile Nexus got this unit. I've advanced with my troops forward. And what I'm gonna do, my purpose here is to, clean this unit and potentially gain this objective this turn, because I don't think I'll be able to gain this objective in this turn. And then Catacross will hold Maw Crusher as much as he can. So that's the objective for this turn. I also returned 3 Mortec Guards with Catacross's ability. I gave +1 attack from the Endless Duty to my Ballista, and I've got 2 Relentless Discipline point left, which I'm going to use for the shield wall for my 2 units of Mortar Guards, which will allow me to reroll save rolls. So now let's move to the shooting phase. And I've got 3 units that can shoot, my 2 Ballistas and Gorithar Harvester. So let's start with the Ballista. I gave her an extra attack, like I said. So it will be hitting on 2s and 3s. With Iron Suns, it's -1.
No, we're not Iron.
Oh, there is no Iron Sun. So 2s and 3s, I'm going to target the unit here.
Oh.
Okay? So 2s. Good. And 3s. So I've got 2, no rend.
2, no rend. With 5 damage. So I need force, please. Yes! And I'm saved this turn from crazy ballistas.
Okay. So now this ballista gonna target this unit. Same, but only 3 attacks. 2s and 3s. 1.
4 again. No, so 1 guy dies and another one is down to 1 wound.
Oh, my Gorithar Harvester gonna shoot this unit, and it's shooting on 2s and 3s, plus from the Catacross, from the Supreme Lord of the Bone Reapers Legions that allow him to have +1 to hit. So 2s and 3s. Good. And 3s. So 2 -1 rend, 1 damage.
5. 2 went through, so 1 guy dies here, and another one is down to 2.
Okay. So now we're gonna move to the charge phase.
That way.
Okay, Catacross is gonna charge first. So he's in.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Are you first? So this guy is gonna charge next. 7 + 3. Okay. The goddess are gonna charge. Is in. Here, this guy is gonna charge. 9 + 2. So when my Leash Cavalers charge, there is an impact damage. I roll a number of dice equal to the charge roll. So I roll 9 plus 2 that I'm getting from the cogs. So I roll 11 dice. Every 6 plus is a mortal wound. So 4 mortal wounds from the impact. On my charge, I was able to charge with all my unit, Catacross, charge Maw Crusher, unit of Mortigard, charge the Go Grunters, Harvester, charge the unit of Brutes, Mortigards who were already in combat, and then Leash Cavaliers charge the unit of Brutes. For my Relentless Discipline points, I've got 2 left, so I'm going to use them in the following way. I'm going to give them the ability to reroll all the save rolls from the Shield Wall command ability and give them the Bludgeon plus 1 rend. And I'm going to activate this unit first. So I'm going to, I have those 6 models hitting the unit on the left and 4 models hitting a unit of the Brutes on the right. So they'll be hitting on 3s and wounding on 4s. They are outside of Catacross command ability that gives them plus 1 hit, so 3s and 4s, like I said. 9. So 9 hits, wounding on 4s. 4, 5. Bro, 5 minus 2 rend here. 5 6s. And I got 2 6s, so 3 damage go through. So 1 more guy dies. And another one is down to 2. So now the unit with the same unit with 4 models is gonna hit a unit here, and it's gonna be hitting same on 3s, and wounding on 4s. Got 6 at minus 2. 6 at minus 2 to the unit on the right. 0 6s. So 6 damage, right? Yeah. Whilst this unit of 5 remaining Brutes is still alive, I'll try to clean Yury's battle line. So everyone will hit Yury's Mortigards. 2s hitting on, hitting on 3s, hitting on 4s, and let's go. Okay, so I have 4 attacks with whites. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits with greens. And now wounding on 3s. Come on, guys. Especially white ones. And I have 4 greens and 3 whites. With minus 1 rend. Whites are 3 damage and greens are 2 damage. Yeah, let me roll for the whites. I've got rerollable. I'm good. And let me roll for the green ones. Rerollable. So 1 goes through. How much damage? 2?
Yeah,
so
2 damage.
6s? No 6s, and then on 4 plus, 1 guy is dead. So I'm going to activate my unit of Mortigards here. There are 15 models, so it's 31 attack, 1 plus for the leader. And they're hitting on 2s, wounding on 4s. So 27 went through, and now I'm wounding on 4s. So 12 went through, minus 1 rend. 12 minus 1 rend, so 5 pluses. 3, 4, so 8 went through. So 1 granted dice, and another one is down to 2. To attack after Catacross, because I believe that he gets stronger when he loses, when he gets damage. So, and I'll try to save my orcs here, so I'll pile him out from Yury's Harvester. He still can balance his, but since he's charged, but he will be out of his 1 attack with 1 range, but he will be in with 2 range attack. 4 2 Chopas and 1 Gorhaka, hitting on 3s, hitting on 4s. Hitting on 4s, hitting on 5s. So these guys went through, and these guys went through. So now 4 went through with greens and 1 with white, and now 3 pluses. So 1 and 3. So for this one saved. Reroll. Good. I'm gonna activate the Leash Cavaliers here. And I'm gonna start with his Commander's Blade. So 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. 1 and 3. So 1 goes through.
Right.
-1 to damage.
5. No.
And then Hoofs hitting with his pony, 3s and 3s. So 3s and 3s. So you've got 5 -1, 1 damage.
5. 3 went through, another guy is down.
And then I'm hitting with my Netherite sheet, 3s and 4s. No rend, 1 damage.
Went through, so this guy's down. Okay.
Your activation.
I'll activate my picks because I still need to hit after Catacross. So picks hitting on 4s. My War Chanter here he knows killing bait, but he failed. Usually it activates on 4+ on combat. And so let's see how Warclans perform now. The orcs hitting on 3s, it's white, and boars on 4s, they're green. So 4 hits with orcs and 6 hits with boars. Now boars wound on 4s, orcs wound on 3s. So 4 wounds with boars with no rend, and 3 wounds with -1 rend.
So 3 wound, -1 rend. I don't get to reroll. So 2 went through.
Yeah.
And then here 3+, 2 more.
So 4 die?
On
6+ in all the way.
Yeah. So 4. I'm activating my Harvester first. Unfortunately, his main attack is out of range. He will attack only with his tail, which has a range 2. So 3s and 2s. 3s, good. And 2s. I've got 3, -1.
3 -1, 5, 2 went through.
So 4 damage.
So 1 guy died, another one is down to 1.
And now the big guy.
Still. I love activation games, so I still have to hit Catacross. Worth mentioning that whenever my Mob Crusher kills a model, he gets 1 wound characteristics and 1 attack with his bow score Hata. So now I will have 9 attacks, hitting on 4s because I have -1 to hit, and wounding on 3s. So 4s. And 3s. 1 -1 win.
So 3 up. 4.
Okay. My Feast and Tail, hitting on 4s. 5 hits and wounding on 3s. 4 -2 right now.
So I need 4 pluses. All safe. So Catacross is gonna go next, and we are starting with his Intacat weapon that hits on 2s, wounding on 3s. 2s, 3s, -3 rend, 3 damage.
I don't care about rend. 3+, good.
Very good. So another one, 2s and 3s. So no. Then I'm hitting with a Netherite Dwelling Blades, 6s. 6s explode. So 6 hits, wounding on 3s. There you go.
5, 3 pluses.
And then I'm hitting with a Soul Reaver Great Blade on 2s and 3s. So 1,
3+. How much damage?
1.
5.
And then the last, I'm hitting with a Spirit Dagger on 2s and 3s. 3s. Nothing.
Yeah.
So that's it?
Yeah, that concludes the combat phase. That concludes our battle round number 1. Pretty long turn. Lost lots of units, were killed. So I'm still holding the objectives. Yury didn't score any points at the moment, so this priority roll is like must for me. So let's see.
Okay, so I took the next turn for the obvious reasons. I need to clean up as much as I can and start scoring. My hero phase is pretty quick, like I said previously. So I gave -1 to hit to the Maw Crusher from Catacross. From the Nexus, this unit is getting -1 to hit. I roll 4 up. And then what I did, I used 3 RDPs. 1 Supreme Lord of the Bonereapers for the Catacross, Endless Duty here and here to give catapults an extra attack. And now on the shooting phase, I also moved my Death Riders towards the objective together with my Harvester. I think this unit is pretty safe to clean up the rest of the brutes. And now we're moving to the shooting phase. Once again, I got 3 units that shoots, Catapult, and the Gorithar Harvester. So we'll start with the Catapult that target this unit. And they will be hitting on 2s. And only 3 hits and wounding on 3s. So 2 wounds at no rend.
2 no rend, so 4s. Save.
Okay. So Levan saved both. Now this catapult gonna target this unit of brutes. Same on 2s. So 3 hits, wounding on 3s. So 3. No rend.
Please. And 1 went through. So I'm killing 1 guy, and another one is down to 5 damage, right?
Yes.
Another one down to 3. Because he's leader of my battalion.
Okay, and the Harvester gonna shoot next. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. So 1, -1, rend.
5. No. How much damage?
1.
1 damage, so 1 guy dies.
Okay, so we've done with shooting. Now we're gonna move to the charge phase. I'm gonna charge with my Death Riders. So 7 plus. Okay, so for my charge, I've charged with all my units. The Death Rider charge here, the Goddess are charged here. At the start of the combat phase, I give them the shield wall, 2 units of mortar guards, which they will be rerolling save rolls. I've also gave them the bludgeon, an additional rend, and I'm going to activate this unit first. So I've got 14 mortals times 2, 28, plus 1 for the leader, so 29 attacks. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 4s. 6s explode. 26 hits, wounding on 4s.
6s, and I have, so basically I think the unit is out. And it is. Okay. Take my brutes here and try to clean as many horses as possible. So whites will hit on 5s and greens will hit on 4s. Only 1 white and 2 greens. 2 greens.
So with -1 rend, they're 4 plus. So 2 damage and deathless. So they're good. So I'm gonna activate my Leash Cavalos next. His Great Blade wounds on hits on 3s, wounds on 3s. So 1, nothing. Now his ponies 3s and 3s. And so only 1.
Red?
-1.
5? No. How much? No.
1 damage. And this one is 3s and 4s. 4. No rend. 1 damage.
Please save and heal. So my here I will have 4 attacks hitting on 4s and 3 attacks with a big haka hitting on 4s again, attacking Yury's mortal guard. 4s went through, so 4 and 3s to wound. 3 minus 1 ring.
So 4 rerollable. So I'm good. So I'm gonna activate my Goddess or Harvester next. He shoots with the bludgeons, 3s and 3s. 6s to hit are 2 mortal wounds. And the attack sequence ends. So 2 mortal wounds, 3s and 4 hits, and 2 wounds. -2 damage here.
-2 damage, 6s, 1 goes through.
So 4 total damage.
Woo. So unit is out. Oh no, sorry, 1 more guy stays alive.
Okay, now he attacks with his tails, 3s and 2s. I've got 3 hits and 2s. So -1 rend, 2 damage.
The unit.
Okay.
I'm activating my War Chanter. He has 6 attacks hitting on 4s, 6 are splitting. So 1 6 that splits, another is misses, and wounding on 3s, 2 attacks.
No rend, 3+ is good. I'm gonna activate my Death Riders next. He's just gonna pile in to secure the objective. That's it. And your activation next?
I have only 1 activation now with my Maw Crusher. So what I will do, I will pile in 3 inches. So I have 9 attacks with my bows, Gore, Haka, and Choppa, hitting on 3s, but I have -1 penalty from Katakros, so hitting on 4s. 5 went through, and wounding on 3s. -1.
So 3 up. He's good.
Now, since I get some damage, my TFs have 7 attacks, hitting on 4s again, and wounding on 3s. 3 -2 rend.
So 4 up. He's good. So I'm gonna activate a unit of Mortal Guard next. Only 5 mortals are in range. So I'll be hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. So 12 hits because of the split of the Netherite weapon, and I'm wounding on 4s. 8 wounds, -1 rend.
5. 4 saved and 4 went through, so 1 dies and 1 is down to 2 wounds.
I'm going to activate Katakros next. In the cut attack, 1 attacks 2s and 3s, misses. Another attack, Netherite Dagger. Because of the Netherite, it makes 2 hits and wounding on 3s. So -1, 1 damage.
3s. 1 went through.
Your ethereal you ignore anyways. So,
How much damage?
1.
So 6.
So now Netherite Dwelling Blade, 2s and 3s. So 5 hits, 3s. So 1.
3. Save.
Nice. And then the Soul Cleaver Blade, 2s and 3s.
3s.
So 1 damage each.
Nice.
And then the Spirit Dagger, it hits on 2s, wounding on 3s. 1.
3. Good.
That's it.
Yep.
So that concludes our turn. The battle shocks, you got 1 model here, and I think 3 died here.
3, 4 at the 7. Yeah, 2 left, so he's good. Here, and I lost here. Their bravery is 6, so plus on 6 is 1 guy runs. No, I'm good. And that concludes bravery, and you got the objective here, right?
Yeah, so with regards to the objective, it's worth noting, even though I was able to kill the battle line who was holding the objective, Levan screened pretty well, so I'm just outside of 3. So I technically don't control this objective. However, I do control that objective, so I get 1 point this turn. And now we're moving to Levan's turn.
So my hero phase, I casted 2 spells because I changed cloaks to slow time. What first spell, what I did is halve the move characteristic of Yury's cavalry. Another spell gets +1 damage to this unit. Also, I give +1 damage from my war champion to this unit. So basically, this unit has +2 damage. I'm hoping to do as much damage as still he's alive, and I will spend CP to use to let him fight during hero phase. 4 attacks hitting on 4s. Winning on 3s. So right now what I did, I retreated with my brute back, ran with my shaman, and ran with my war chanter here. I'm trying to somehow block Yury's movement here. So if he wants to run to this objective here, he will lose control of it. I don't know how long I will last there. Also, I will, during my combat phase, I will pile in, so this ballista will be within 3, so you won't be able to shoot if my Maw Crusher survives. Also, I gain control with the subject with my War Chanter here, and I try to make a shield with the brutes. So activation, fight phase, we have combat phase only here. So I'll pile in with my Maw Crusher just to be within 3 of Yury's ballista. And deny it from shooting, and will hit Yury's Catacross. Same 9 attacks, hitting on 3s, but -1 because of Catacross penalty. So 4s, and wounding on 3s. 4 -1 Ren.
So 3 up. 1.
2 damage.
Deathless. Yeah, 2 damage.
2 damage, and now with Mighty Fist. 6 Mighty Fist hitting on 4s. 0.
Okay, Catacross gonna attack back. He's gonna start with the Indacat. So hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s. So 2s, 3s. So 1 went through.
On 3. See?
Very nice. Then another 2 and 3. -1 Ren.
3. Safe.
Good. Now 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. 6s explode, wounding on 3s. So 5.
3s again. 2 went through.
So 2 damage.
11.
So another attack, Spirit Dagger. 3 attacks, 2s and 3s. All went through, and 3s. So 2. 1 damage.
2 3s. 1.
1 more. And the Soul Cleaver Glades on 2s and 3s. 1.
3s. 1.
Okay. So that's it.
Yeah.
We do priority.
So yeah, I'm getting 2 points because I'm controlling this objective for 2 turns, and we're rolling for purity and moving to battle round number 3. I was able to get command point for 4+ with my Cave Shaman, but Catacross stole it. So I'm with 1 command point, and I use it to attack Ballista because I think Catacross will kill Maw Crusher, and I need to get rid of Ballista as soon as possible. Hitting on, still have -1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hitting on 4s, and wounding on 3s with -1 Ren. 5.
Here on the Ballista, right? On the Water Crawler, so 4 up safe. So
2 damage each.
So 6, and I got Deathless.
Yep.
So 4.
4 went through. And now Mighty Blows on 4s and wounding on 3s. -2 rank 2.
Okay, all went through.
3 damage each.
So 6.
Yeah.
6 Deathless. So 6 Deathless on 6s. No. So 10 damage in total.
10 damage in total. Right. Okay. So I was hoping to kill Ballista during my hero phase and then retreat with more Crusher and block Yury's attacks. But Ballista is still with 2 damage. I still have to finish it. And another thing is I charged Yury's Ballista here so it cannot shoot. And I just barely touch Yury's mortar guards just for them to avoid going to the objective. And this unit from spell half his movement. And I'm trying to block here Yury's hero to go through to his objectives too. So that's it. And we're moving to combat phase. And I'll start with the Maw Crusher.
Okay.
Obviously. Activated my Maw Crusher. What's happening here? I need to split probably attacks, but I won't because Karakos again gets stronger. I'm pretty sure that Maw Crusher won't survive this combat phase. I just need to kill Ballista, and then Karakos will charge Yury here, but he won't be as strong as he would be if he had less wounds, probably. I don't know.
Minions.
Yeah. Okay, so hitting on 4s. Oh, that was a good choice not to split attacks. 1 -1 red.
-1 rend. So 4 up. I'm good.
4s and 3s, -2 red.
So 5 up. 1 goes through.
So Ballista dies.
How many damage? 3 damage. 6s.
Yeah. Okay, Ballista is out. And now smashing and bashing, not very important, but still. I have 6 attacks with my War Chanter here, and I will attack another Ballista, Yury's Ballista. 6 attacks, hitting on 4s, 1 went through, but it split, so, and 3 pluses, 1 no red.
So 3 plus. I'm good. And we're gonna start with Katakros, see if he can finish the business.
Yep.
So I'm starting with in the cut, 2s and 3s. Yeah, it's 1 went through.
Went through.
3 damage. Okay, so next we're going with the Netherite dagger, 2s and 3s. 2s and 3s. No. Then we are going to the Netherite dueling blade, and it's 2s. 6s explode. So 6 wounds, 6 hits, and wounding on 3s. So 3.
I need all 3s. Good. So it's very important for me to survive, to still keep Yury's Katakros on combat on his turn.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna use the soul cleaver and the soul. So the next attack is the soul cleavers, 2s and 3s. Yeah. So 2. Sorry, before I do that, I want to pile in 3-inch here. That was my intention, I forgot. So the mortar crawler gonna attack here next, and it's hitting on 3s and 4s. So 4 hits and 4s, 1 wound, no rank, 1 damage.
4s? No, went through. He's down to 5.
Okay, and then my mortar guard is gonna pile in. So I'm gonna got 2 attacks here. One guy with a great blade attacking the War Chanter, another guy is attacking here. So I'm gonna start with the War Chanters. So 3s and 3s. No, and same here. 3s, 2 hits, and nothing.
So now my Cave Shaman can attack back. So 3 attacks with -1 and 2 attacks with no rend because of the squeak. So force, 1 went through, and force to wound, so 1 -1 rend.
Good.
Okay. That concludes my turn, and I'm getting 3 points because I'm holding objective for 3 turns.
Okay. So my hero phase was pretty straightforward. Essentially, I again used the Supreme Lord of the Command ability, RDP. I moved with my ballista over here. I retreated from the combat. I moved my Leash Cavalos closer to the Shaman. I also moved my Harvester closer to the last Brute. From the Nexus, I gave Shaman -1 to cast. So my whole purpose here is to clean up as much as I can. On this side, I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to hold this objective. And then for this side, I will charge with Catacross and the unit of the Mortar Guards and try to reclaim this objective. So for now, I've got a small shooting phase with my guards are hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. So 3, wounding on 3s. So -1 rend, 1 damage.
Where?
3 -1 rend, 1 damage here.
3?
Mm-hmm.
5s? All went through instead.
So for the charge phase, unfortunately, I failed to charge with Catacross. I roll double ones, so Snake Eye. However, I was able to charge with my Mortar Guard. I rolled pretty well. I charged 9. I also charged with my Leash Cavaliers here and Goddess Harvester, though this part of the table is not that important. I have to clean this part. So in order to achieve this and reclaim this objective, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give them the bludgeon -1 to, and an additional -1 rend. On top of that, they can reroll save rolls, and I gave them the +1 attack from the Endless Duties command ability coming from the Catacross. So I've got only 4 mortals here that can target the Levan's hero that holds the objective. So they will be hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s. Wounding on 4s. So 2s, 12 hits, and I'm wounding on 4s. So you've got 5 -2.
5 -2. So 4 went through, and he's down to 2 wounds.
Okay, and now the rest is gonna attack brutes. So same hitting on 2s. And I'm wounding on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 28. 28 wounds on 6 classes.
1 guy dies, another guy dies, 3rd guy dies, and number 4 guy dies. Okay, yeah, and the unit is up. And let's call it a game because there's no point to continue at all. Yury, good game? Was fun?
Good game. Yeah, that was a good game.
Moving to post-game discussion. Yep. And that concludes our series IronJawz versus OBR, a 3-0 in favor of OBR. So Yury, what do you think about our series of game and especially this game?
Mixed feeling. I think you played perfectly in terms of the settings. You had a very good idea in mind with the Soul Breach and with Maw Crusher. You've attacked turn 1. You were able to deal some impact damage, and all your brutes were fully charged.
Yep.
However, what can I say? This army just does not die.
Because they're already dead, right? What dead doesn't die, right?
Yeah, what's dead cannot die. Another interesting fact that it's like our third or second game where I didn't lose not a single unit. in the
Rub it
during
in.
the entire
Rub it in.
during the entire report. So yeah, I mean, obviously, especially against IronJawz, probably not the best matchup.
For sure, not the best matchup, but I think that battle plan was in my favor because I was able to split your armies. So everyone who wants to play IronJawz and regarding the builds, this is pretty cool build too that I came up with. I called it anti-boneless, but it's everything else anti, but not anti OBR list. So what I did, I brought one Soul Breach and Chromatic Cogs, and the Maw Crusher. So and the clan is the Chopas, which enables me to reroll charges. Being able to give 3 units +1 damage with my War Chanter. So basically, you can really buff all units in your list and Alpha Strike first turn and do insane amount of damage with that. So think about this list. Yeah, it didn't work today because we were split army. I couldn't use Wa, but it can be very strong list, and your opponent should think whether he wants to give you first turn, it's 6-drop list, so it's not that bad. The game was cool. It was really hard and frustrating to kill OBR. I think at some point I thought I have a chances. Everything looked more or less okay. I can hold for 3 turns and that's enough. But insane amount of damage and resilience. So.
Yeah.
And Catacross just demolished my Maw Crusher, right?
Yes, and
that was surprising.
And he was fully healed at the end. That's pretty unfortunate. I know that we're members of the Conquest Gaming Club, which is a competitive club, and we play there every Mondays. And we play against different armies and different players. And every time I noticed when you play against someone, you completely table your opponent most of the times, right? I mean, because due to the amount of the output,
insane amount of damage they have,
that your army has, it's very hard to do anything against, especially against brutes. If you are left with 5 or 10 brutes, I mean, these guys deal so much damage, they can win the game, which happened multiple times. But in this specific match, Bonereapers are extremely resilient.
Yeah,
I think what helped me in this term was that you've been starving for the CPs.
Yeah, you stole my CPs.
And
and I bought 1 CP also. I needed CPs.
Yeah, because you started with
4
and you stole 1.
Yeah.
And then one of the weaknesses of the OBR army is that if you fight on your hero phase, right? Yeah. I don't get to use the wall shield. Giving me the ability to reroll the save rolls.
Yeah.
But because you didn't have so many CPs, you were not able to do that.
Also was very good call from you to bring your cavalry to that side because it was pretty safe here, and I thought, okay, I'll hold enough here.
Mm-hmm.
But then suddenly using my chromatic cloaks, you just rushed here and stole my objective there, and there was no other waste for me to hold.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I think that IronJawz has have nothing to put against your army at the moment. But we're finishing this series of IronJawz OBR, and now we're bringing new armies. So next week we're bringing more tribes.
More tribes,
amazing armies. So we will think what will go against them. But stay tuned. And also cities are coming. Nighthound. Probably Nighthound against your army would be very interesting because Super 2 resilient armies. You have rerollable save, and Nighthound have ethereal save. So both very boring game, probably, and never ending, but it should be fun too. So stay tuned. We have lots of armies and lots of stuff coming up. Also, click like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Everything helps.
Yeah.
And see you next time, guys.
Take care.
Ciao, ciao.